first step, make your LAB. So basically you're gonna start with rice. Take 1 cup rice, 2 cups water, shake the rice with the water real good until you get that milky water. Get rid of the rice, save the water, take the water, sit it in a jar covered with cloth like this for about a week to 10 days. After that, you're gonna take it and add it to milk so where it looks like this. This one is actually milk and Greek yogurt mixed. And that's just another batch of it back there, but that's what this one is milk and Greek yogurt mixed together to give me an actual stronger LAB off of the bio life inside the Greek yogurt. Alright, this is not everybody's em-1, but in my em-1 I have fulvic acid, liquid silica, I had azomite, granular humic acid, I had BioLive, because BioLive has all of those in it. So it has all that stuff. Big long list. Mycos. Now, since I have it, I actually add a little bit of Mammoth P to it just to give it extra active microbes with for the phosphorus in it. I'll add a little bit of my Great White. I messed up the bottle, so I threw it in there. It's like Great White and like Job's starter fertilizer that has all the microbes and microderms and bacteria and fungi and all that. On top of that, I add an instant yeast. This is baking yeast. I add a Red Star. This is their stronger wine yeast. It's basically the strongest one you get. Give you like a real dry, no sweetness wine and stuff like that if you make wine out of it. But it's basically their strongest yeast. I have my em-2 that I made out of propagation of the outside air on top of my super soil with malted barley, coconut flour, wheat flour, white flour, brown rice ground up to a powder, oatmeal ground to a powder. I take all that and I spread it on top of the super soil, and it gave me all that fuzzy stuff. I think I showed that in one of my other videos. So I add that to it, and I add the manure IMO now since I have this one to it. So that's another IMO that I'll add to it. That's another fungus. Yeah, I'll go down like this is hard. I'll stay away from this hard stuff. It's a little too dry. If I dig down and to this more moist stuff down in here, get a nice glob of that. I feel like that's a good chunk of it right there. That was from way down there in the wet part down there. And I'll give you a real good IMO fungus. It's about a 1/4 teaspoon. About another 1/4 teaspoon of the Red Star. I'll toss in like 2 big spoons of this. Last but not least, I add in the silica, fulvic acids, humic acids, Great White, Mycos, BioLive, Mammoth P, all that stuff gets added into some water. I top it off, mix it, and then I'll strain it and pour it in. Well, then on top of all that, I'll actually grab the water out of my worm bin, so whatever is leaking out the bottom over here, don't know if I. And then another additive I add is the liquid that comes out of my bokashi bin, and I'll add that liquid to the em-1. Let's see if I get not a lot of bokashi juice today. But yeah, that's my em-1 recipe. And then the thing is, you could take this recipe and take either rice bran or wheat bran, pour this all over it. So you're gonna mix like 1 gallon to like 30 pounds of wheat bran. I mean, I'm literally being dead serious. Like 30, 40 pounds of wheat bran. It cost $20 for 50 pounds of wheat bran. And I took 1 gallon and I made about 30 to 40 pounds. You'll end up mixing it to where it comes out all nice and wet, and you'll get your nice little like clumps and stuff like that. And then you gotta take it and you gotta dry it out. Or well, no, actually you gotta take it and you gotta let it sit for, I believe it was a month. So you gotta take your wheat bran that's inoculated with the em-1 when it's all nice and wet, and you gotta wrap it up. I mean like super tight in like 4 or 5 trash bags. And you gotta squeeze out all the air out of it and everything like that, and you gotta let it sit for 4 or 5 weeks, month and a half, 2 months preferably. You'll get the better em-1 out of it, and you'll know it's good when you open the bag, or like you go wherever the bag is, where the bran is, and you'll smell CO2 in that area. If you smell CO2 in the area, your bran's doing good. That means it inoculated good, and it's actually spitting out CO2 from eating the molasses that's on the wheat bran. So all that stuff will eat the wheat bran, or the molasses on the wheat bran inoculate the wheat bran, and you'll get like chunks of this mycelium that I'm pulling out of here that you guys can see. I didn't actually dry this good enough, but you'll end up doing that, letting it sit for a month and a half, taking it out, laying it outside or wherever you can with a fan over it or something so that it dries out. And you want to get it as dry as possible, and then you can store it. And then you end up using the wheat bran in your bokashi bucket, and it goes around in a circle. So then you end up making more juice from the bokashi bucket from the wheat bran that you made from the em-1. So yeah, there you go. So this is my version of em-1, man. You know, everybody's a little different, but this one works for me. I found that it breaks down everything really good. It's making my garden grow big, as you guys can see from my videos, man. You know, so hey, you got any other questions? Hit me up. Let me know. If you're just looking at this for the first time, go ahead and hit that little subscription button over here, and that little like button over here, that little whoopsie. That little thumbs up, whoopsie. But yeah, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and that subscribe, and get at your boys for some more videos, a little more content. But yeah, this is em-1, because I know Ryan Baker asked me for information on this one, because he made the LEB and he didn't know how to turn it into em-1. So this is for you, Ryan. I know it took me a little while to make it, but damn, organic milk is expensive. And I haven't been working for a while, but yeah, man, I got to you on that. There you go, buddy. That's my recipe of the em-1. You know, this is your Cali boy from the desert, man. Peace.